after going through it, that we could add a bunch more stuff to it. So we're putting that off until a few weeks from now. But that is another way we get the gospel out. Why do we do that? Because God has commanded us, plural, to do that. And when we disobey, there's no spiritual power and no joy in our life. And if you do it, God will bless your life. You ever been blessed by God? Boy, yeah. Boy, amen. When you get blessed by God, you get blessed by something that's good, amen, and righteous and wonderful, amen. Always remember, where there is obedience, there is blessing. The blessing of God, the blessing of His presence, His power, and His glory. Again, when we obey, God blesses. He certainly does. And listen to me when I say this. When you obey Him, when you obey God, the Spirit is received, joy is achieved, and the gospel is believed. Beloved, when you obey Christ, when you obey God, the Spirit is received, joy is achieved, and the gospel is believed. Amen. Obedience to God should be our one and only desire. It should be it. It should be paramount to us. Amen. Many think they are doing God a wild favor by turning on their computers and watching the live stream. And again, to stay home from church on a consecutive basis, something's not right there. When the skies are blue and the birds are singing and you're staying home watching church from a computer, something's wrong with that. Something's seriously wrong with that. Many think that giving God once a week is okay. But is that truly okay? Many think that sitting in this service is rendering service to Christ. And let me tell you about church. Church is a good thing, but you know what church is? Do you want to know what church is to us? It's a service station. It's a gas station. It's where we fill up. Amen. So we can go out into the week. Amen. How many of y'all like to fill up your car before on the weekend? Amen. Why? Because you want to get ready for the week. This is the same thing as church. It's a service station, if you will. It's where we go. Church is where we go to fill ourselves up. See, the real service is out there. Amen. And I want you to think about this real quick. Did you know this? Amen. That 12 disciples changed the entire world. 12 men changed the entire world. This Baptist history tour we're doing, I'll give you a spoiler. Again, we're focusing on a man by the name of Shubal Stearns. Shubal Stearns was an old country preacher. They called him the Apostle Paul of the wilderness because he was way back in the wilderness. Went down, had a little bitty church. That church grew to over 700 people. How did they have a church with 700 people in a log cabin? They did outside. They went outside. That's where they had services because they could get everybody inside. People would come from miles, travel from miles around just to hear preaching preached. Amen. Of that little bitty church, he was there 17 years. He ordained 16 pastors to go out. That's all he did, is to ordain 16 pastors to go out. Those 16 pastors started 43 churches. Those 43 churches ordained, and they sent those, as a result, over 1,000 Baptist churches started because of that one little bitty log cabin church there in the wilderness. Beloved, let me tell you something. God's people are dedicated solely and wholly to Him. Great things to be done. And it is our time. Amen. When you obey Him, beloved, the Spirit is received, joy is achieved, and the gospel is believed. Amen. See, obedience to God, again, should be our only desire. The real service lies out there for us. Amen. So friends, what is the most